Alright, hello everybody, what's going on? Thrive here, and welcome back to my channel. This is now the second gameplay today of the Australia pack, which launches today, and this is more of a follow-up to my first video, which was about the new animals. But in this video, we're going to be going over all 230 plus brand new botanical and construction items we've got, all the new scenery pieces, all of it, and we're going to go through all of them briefly, or maybe we'll look a little bit longer at others. And yeah, so I have organized everything here. On this side we have all the main modular building parts with the roofing and the two new building themes, and then on this side we have all the decorations, smaller stuff, and then all the way over there we have the botanical pieces. And then behind that wall, because it is there for a reason, behind that wall are all the new blueprints, where you can take everything here and combine them into many different things. All of that is behind that wall. We're going to save it for last so you can get an idea of what you can do with this brand new pack. So yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's get straight on into it, and we're going to begin with the Australia wood. Is one of the new building themes, and honestly my favorite of the two. My preferred one. It looks really good. So yeah, if you noticed already, it is just another wood building theme, but I love the kind of color they added to it. It's a good mixture of, you know, as you can see, green, yellow, blue, and yellow, and then, oh sorry, orange, green, yellow, and blue, and it comes together and makes this really interesting looking wood. And of course we have it in a variety of, we have it in all the key forms of modular building. We have just a basic wall 1 meter, wall 2 meter, arch, square. We have a door, arch, wall, or sorry, the wall arch, shop front, large window, wall station, I don't know, wall station surround, and wall station surround 2. And then we have these individual smaller pieces. These are kind of like the plaster pieces that we have. We can just take them and move them around. Not as modular, but they work well. And then for roof's sake, we got like, and floor, we have the wall floor, and then we have two different types of quarter circles, and then triangles. We have the wall gable 1 meter, wall slope 4 meter, wall slope 1 meter, wall slope 2 meter, and wall gable 2 meter. And we already looked at those. And we have the wall curve pieces 1, 4, and 2. Yeah, I actually really love this new building theme. In a little bit, like I said, we're going to take a look at what you can do with all of this. What kind of stuff can you make? It just looks very pretty. I gotta say that it's a really beautiful wood design. I enjoy it. And if you had to think of something for Australia, this is probably at least one really good thing you can come up with. Because even I, like, before the pack was announced, I was like speculating what kind of building construction they could have, and I couldn't have really pictured anything. But they came up with some really cool stuff here, such as that wood. But we also have the corrugated iron walls, which is actually great because we needed corrugated walls. We only had like corrugated roofs and stuff beforehand, and now we finally got it. Of course, this is also recolorable, so you can have it be whatever you want. But just like the last ones, we have it in 1, 2, and 4 height for walls. We also have it in arch, square, arch, a wall surrounding, and then a wall surrounding 2. And then a large window, a tunnel, a square, and a arch tunnel. We have, of course, the curves of 4, 1, and 2. And we have a floor, 2 different types of. They are different. They did come out different. They're different in the workshop itself, not the workshop. I'm sorry. In the construction tab, as you can see, there's two versions here, but they're the quarter circles, and then we have it in slope 2 meter, wall gable 2 meter, gable 1 meter, and slope 4 meter. And then just like with the Australia wood theme, we have them in almost, you know, those like plaster pieces. These kind of pieces right here. It's basically the same thing, only now for corrugated. It's actually really helpful. Honestly, I don't find this theme as interesting. Hopefully, I think I can use it, but it does look kind of weird from a distance. If you get closer, you can see it. It's corrugated. And actually, it's kind of an illusion, because from here, you know, I mean, as you just saw with my camera, as I face it this way, you can see there are really no actual, you know, individual segments sticking out of it. It's all an illusion, which is pretty cool. But I don't know how I can find. I don't know what kind of use I can find for this new building theme. Like I said, I do prefer the Australia wood, but altogether, you know, just like with the South America pack and the Arctic pack, we have two main building themes here, and I think they did pretty good with this one. Let's get down here again, and let's go look at the brand new rusted corrugated roofs. I really love these new roof pieces. If you really want like a sense of worn down buildings, this is it for you. So of course we have the corner pieces, 2 meter, 1 meter, and 4 meter. We have the corner, what are they called? Yeah, inverted of 1, 2, and 4. We have the double pitched roof. Double pitched roof of 2 and 1, and even a roof ridge that's supposed to go along the top bit, kind of like that. And then we also have the you know, the eaves, I guess is what they're called. So we have eaves in 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter. Just like with the other two building themes, we almost have like our little small plaster pieces. You know, just for it's for comparison's sake, but these make me think of the individual plaster pieces we had. They kind of just continued with that. With many building themes, we just have like individual smaller building themes put into smaller little pieces. And then we have, of course, roof 1, 2, and 4. We have flat roof, and then 2 types of quarter circle roofs. And then lastly, we have the corners of 1, 2, and 4. And again, we will see these put it to the test once we eventually destroy the wall. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to all the decoration pieces. There is even more to see and look at there. Alright guys, so here we are back at the beginning. We're going to go ahead and look at everything on this side, the botanical and the more decorative pieces. So a lot to look at here. First off, we have these little almost surfboard looking panel pieces for the kangaroo, koala, and dingo. Next up we have these wooden pallets. Now what's kind of funny about this is people have always tried to make these little wooden pallets in Planet Zoo. I've seen many people create their own wooden pallets for, you know, scenery purposes, and then I guess Frontier is just like, hey, you know what, we'll just give you some. and then we have it. Sorry, it's just funny because, you know, I've seen many people, it's really easy to recreate in the game just using the wooden pieces, but we no longer need to do that. So here we go. Thank you, Frontier. And now back here we have a good segment of some of the best decorations in my opinion. So we have a rusty sign, cassowary cutout. A lot of rusted pieces in this whole pack, which makes sense. It's a good kind of architecture to go off of for Australia, very rusty. And then we have 2 dingo signs, 1 rusted, 1 recolorable. And same thing goes with the kangaroo, a rusted kangaroo cutout, recolorable one. And then we have a koala cutout, rusted cutout, and of course we have the lizards as well. Again, recolorable, and then we just have this little thing. Not even nothing specific, just a little, you know, decorative circle that can be changed in color. So that's pretty cool. And then over here we have these colorful logs, and a thick version and a thin version, and they come in a variety of heights. It looks pretty cool. This could be used for a lot of things. I love this kind of, I love the kind of the coloring that's used here. Very Australian. And right behind it, some of my favorite new pieces are these really cool rusted fences. I love this piece right here. I don't know why. I think we can use the bended steel in here as this kind of steel right here. I love to use in between fencing instead of like netting, and it's really hard to pull that off. And this will help a lot. Because you can just build your own custom fence around the metal bar, and then you just have the netting in the middle, but it's made out of steel. And then we have what I call just cow fencing. This is like cow fencing to me. This is what I usually see you know, at a ranch or something. Then of course, and another kind of fencing you see at ranches, only all rusted. So I love the new I love the new fence pieces. They are one of my favorites. And then we'll look at that in a moment. Let's look over here really quickly. We have new signposts, and we also have new Zoopedia cutouts, and then also a frame as well. So we have a new Zoopedia frame, two new Zoopedia frames, and a signpost. And then behind it, one of the most interesting pieces are the Arc. It's just what they're calling it, the Arc. But it counts as Australian fence, I guess. I don't know what exactly this is specifically. I guess it's just like crafted. It's like molded clay, rock kind of fencing. It looks really cool. I love the colors on it. This can be used for a lot of things, not just in like building buildings, but can also be used out in like actual exhibits and stuff. You could use this as actual rock pieces. I love it. It looks really cool. And then right over here we have even more logs. We have new Australian logs, and then we even have these smaller ones, Australian wooden posts or logs, you know, whatever. A lot of Australian logs because why not? And then behind here we have another big area full of decorations and signs. We have sign lines, whatever these are. I don't even know. They're just you can do whatever you want with these. They can be used to form entire patterns. You can make them into, you know, actual, almost like your own portrait, or sorry, not portrait, mosaic. You can turn them and make the shapes into your own mosaic, and it looks really cool. So I love that. And then besides that, we also have a brand new what's this? We have a new wall light, and yeah, actually this right here is one of my favorites for some reason. It's just because it's an improvement upon the other wall light I usually use, which would have to be, let's see, this one right here, the Indian wall light. It's kind of like another version of that. I always use this one, and this is an even better version of it, more clean and better looking. So that's actually one of my favorites. And then we have easily one of the best, the big Australian cutout, the wooden Australian cutout. It looks super cool. I love the colors on it, and it looks real. Like, there are so many real looking pieces in this map, in this pack. And now over here we have these brand new pieces of art to look at. They're just canvas paintings, right? Now what's really cool is each of these canvas paintings are done by a real person. These are real canvas paintings in the real world. So Frontier just took them with credit, as you can see there. This one was made by John Smith, and actually brought them into Planet Zoo. Now that is a seriously awesome thing. I love them. They look so good, and I really appreciate that, Frontier. That's like a whole new level of doing pieces, to actually have a whole backup for it. Like these are real. These are real in real life. So yeah, well done, Frontier. And now back over here we have these brand new canopy pieces, one being a lamppost, but it kind of looks like a canopy piece. These are really cool. I remember seeing these in the trailer and I was just like, wow, that looks interesting. I really like them. They even have patternings up top. And as you can see, they're even the surfboards from over there. So yeah, I really love these. They look so cool. And for anyone who's trying to build just any sort of really creative zoo that looks colorful and beautiful and has really interesting architecture, these kind of canopy pieces will help a lot, I feel like. Going on to some of the smaller stuff, we have these new wooden little planks. Actually really helpful. I have used these a lot in just designing realistic fences already. I mean, there's not a whole lot else to say. They just look really good. And they even turned a few of them into actual edited signs. These are all edited signs, as you can see here. Even this one. See, it works, and it looks really cool. I love it. I love some of the detail. They did a really good job with the pieces in this pack. And if we continue downwards, I know I've said a lot of these pieces are my favorite. And actually there is a true favorite, and we'll get a look at that in a little bit. But one of my favorites are these really cool road crossing signs for obviously the, for each of the animals, the blue-tongued skink, cassowary, dingo, red kangaroo, koala, Planet Zoo, and recycle, because recycle. And yeah, that's really cool. So I really appreciate I really appreciate these really cool details, Frontier. It's awesome. And speaking of the one I really want to talk about, here are some of the absolute best new scenery pieces. The cassowary wooden statue, the mechanical animatronic, the kangaroo animatronic, and it really is an animatronic, as you see here. I mean, it moves. It moves. Frontier gave us an animatronic in Planet Zoo. That's pretty cool. That gives me like Planet Coaster vibes. Oh, that's so cool. You even see like it almost hops in a moment. Just keep watching. See, that is really cool. That's again, this whole pack just brings a whole new level of not just animals and world building, but even in the simple botanical pieces, we have canvas pieces that were done by real people. We have animatronics. We have so many just amazing new pieces. This is a really well done pack, seriously. And to top off these already impressive new pieces, we have my all-time favorite, the kangaroo. I always keep messing up kangaroo and koala names. I don't know why. The koala light and grill decoration. I have no idea, but ever since I got the pack, this has stuck out to me the most. I can't even tell what this is supposed to be. Like, it looks like a grill, right? It's meant to look like a koala, but it has the purpose of a light. So I have no freaking clue. I love how upside down it is. And I like it. Seriously, this is so cool. I mean, obviously it is a koala, you can just tell. But again, that kind of, the latch, the nose is a latch, and then with the gauge in the back, it's a grill. Like, it looks like a grill to me. And then of course with the lights on the side, I don't know what exactly this is supposed to be, but it's a big mix between a koala, a grill, and a light. 3 words that should never be put together, but you know what? Here we are, and it's so cool. I love it. It should be. I think it's even in the thumbnail of the video. And before we move on to the very back stuff of the scenery pieces, we have these really cool painted rocks. Again, I believe these are also done by a real person. They are basically the same as the canvas paintings, but yeah, these are obviously the same paintings done by a real person, but brought into Planet Zoo. It looks amazing. Like, these are some very beautiful pieces. I remember seeing some of them in the trailer and just feeling absolutely stoked for this pack. I mean, this is one of the most exciting things I think Frontier have ever done. One of the most exciting packs they've ever done, in my opinion. And of course, we have a brand new awning for the your shops or whatever. And we even have a new frame for them as well. So if you like that kind of stuff, that's, there you go. And as we head down this way, we have now, just like, again, this pack has had some really weird things, all the way from a koala grill to these wooden pallets, real canvas paintings, and like the actual Animal Crossing roads and animatronic kangaroos. With all of that, what I find even funnier is these clipboard wall panels. I don't know why it's funny to me. It's just, you see, like, this is iconic wood right here. This is what you see at like a clipboard, or like, behind a clipboard. This is like or other than a clipboard, like behind a wall. It's so weird. It's so crafty. How can I put it? I'm trying to describe wood here, but I don't know. It's real. These are real things in the real world brought to life in Planet Zoo. I can't even describe it. It's so cool that they managed to pull off essentially what looks to be a clipboard, a clipboard wood. I don't know how else to say it. It's cool. And one of the most weird things for me, the weirdest stuff are these these fiber panels. Now, there's a lot you could do with these fiber panels, and we will see behind that wall eventually, but it's just really interesting. I haven't found a good use for them yet, but they are very cool. Of course, they are recolorable. And then we even have what looks to be like a giant saddle. To me, this makes me think of like a cow saddle, but it's a curved roof. And you know what? It's really interesting. This is Frontier, like, thinking outside of the box. Again, Australia is hard to create. It's hard to think of like new things to do with Australia or how to utilize it in a building theme. But they did it. They created fiberglass objects that have the Australian-esque to them. Yeah, the Australian-esque, and it works. I like it. And now, if we haven't gotten Australian enough, we even have these really cool recolorable metal bars with, I love these, the little junction pieces, which I'm not even going to use just for the metal, but for wood piling and everything. You can just, you can take them and move them into the junction, and that looks so cool. Like, I love that. You can do it with the wood pieces too. Any of it, it looks really cool. And again, it's all recolorable. And then we even have a mini version of it, and then we have a pillared version of it that comes in curves or just a straightforward piling. It looks awesome. And then of course we have a mini version of that, and then we have a rusted version of that, and then a mini rusted version of that. It's so cool. Like, straight up, this is some good craftsmanship right here, Frontier. I love this. Again, lots of rusted pieces in this pack, and it fits beautifully. And I love the little rusted pilings. It's cool. There is a lot to enjoy from all these new scenery pieces. Very well done, Frontier. Sure, it's not as much as our previous packs. Both previous packs had more in terms of building pieces. And that's fair, because again, Australia is kind of hard to utilize in a proper building theme. You don't think of like Australia theme when you build something, usually. But they did a really good job here, and they did what they could. And we're not even done yet. We still have the botanical pieces to look at, and then we still have to see what everything looks like when it's all piled on together to be a project as itself. But overall, guys, seriously, Frontier, job well done. They did a really, they went all out with the building pieces, and they also tried so many new things, from them, taking real paintings and bringing them into the game, creating wooden pallets, clipboard wood, fiberglass pieces, animal crossing signs, animal road crossings, and even an animatronic kangaroo, and of course that koala grill / light / I don't even know what in the hell. I just love it. So much to be desired in this pack in terms of building, but we're not even done yet, so let's go ahead and look at the botanical pieces. Alright guys, so here we are with the brand new botanical pieces. So they gave us a really good selection this time. I do still think it's less than the previous two packs, which is fine, or maybe it's more than the Arctic pack. I don't know. I still think South America had the most number of plants, but anyway, let's not waste any time. Let's just get right on into it. So we are given these really cool Australian fan palms. Very beautiful. I love them. I can use them for a lot of things. I love the bases. I can use this to create like Robellini palms and stuff. I've kind of gotten into like building plants in a more extensive way. I've gotten really good at botanics in this game. I mean, heck, I even impressed Mike Sheets once. I'm not kidding. He really loved my Florida Palms pack, so that was really cool. And then next up, my favorite of the whole pack, I'm not kidding, I love these century plants. And the reason is because I've been trying to do a lot of Florida builds and stuff, and these plants are very popular in Florida, last I remember, so that's great to have. We have these spiny-headed mat rushes, spiny-headed mat rush, and then we have basically dead version of them. And then the same thing goes over here. We have the Triodia grass, and then a dead version of it. That looks pretty cool. Remember, they were the supposed kangaroo grass that people saw in that giraffe picture we had of the color variations, because it was basically teased. We could see the very tips of it. That was that plant. It looks pretty cool. Over here we have what do they call it again? Staghorn ferns. Very interesting. Very interesting. Would look great in like greenhouses and stuff. I do like them. I love them. They look really cool. They look like you could use them for like underwater. If you're trying to like recreate an aquarium or something, they would work really well as an aquatic plant. Almost, I mean, they really do look like an aquatic plant, but they're not. It's just kind of weird looking. It's cool. It's cool. You can use them as, you can almost use them as kelp or something. Might try that. We'll see. So with these smaller plants out of the way, we move on to the trees. Now, first off, we have the desert bloodwood tree, and that's a pretty cool name. But I would think a tree that has that name would have flowers. I mean, desert bloodwood. That's pretty extreme. But of course, if for some reason they do have flowers, look very cool. We have a small, medium, large version of the tree, and just take a look at that trunk. Very crazy looking, like straight up. That's a very dark tree. It's an emo tree. Yeah, very. Almost makes it's a gothic tree. It's weird. Over here we have one of my favorite trees of all of them. We have the ghost gum tree. Very cool. Now, I've seen a lot of these white trees in pictures of Australia and stuff, and I never really thought of them adding them in, but it makes a lot of sense. They're very popular in Australia based on what I've seen, and they look really cool. We have a little sapling version, we have a bigger version, medium, and then another really big, medium, little sapling. It's really cool. They're not climbable by the koalas. Instead, the only climbable trees out of all these brand new trees goes to the stringy wood eucalyptus. That's a pretty cool name, but it's true. These are the trees that the koalas in the game love to climb. It's real. These are the actual type of eucalyptus trees that koalas are most commonly seen in. Really cool tree. And I'm not kidding. You place them down in your koala exhibit, and they will be all over them. I love it. Very big and beautiful trees. And then if we didn't already have enough eucalyptus, we even have a second type of eucalyptus tree. We have rainbow eucalyptus with very colorful trunks. I don't even know if this is real. Like, look at that. That looks like something a kid drew with a crayon. Oh, but it looks so cool. Unfortunately, last I checked, these ones are not climbable by the koalas. It's only for the stringy wood eucalyptus, but still very cool looking. Now, with all these really impressive new plants, of course, we also have a new rock set. We have the brand new red rock, the desert red rock set. Now, these I believe came in the update for everybody, and as I said in the update forum, so I think everyone has these no matter what. But they do look pretty cool, kind of just like a more saturated version of our savanna rocks that we are used to using. Yeah, no, sorry, not desert rock. Where are they? Here we go. These are the savanna rocks. I think it's like a bit more of a saturated version of it, but it does look really cool. I really like them, and I'm gonna use them a lot. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is all the new botanical and construction pieces. I think this is very well done. Of course, there's only so much you can do with Australia, but they managed to nail it pretty well. In terms of plants, they definitely represented Australia well, and in terms of construction pieces, they did the absolute best they could. Again, it's not easy to create a whole new building theme out of Australia, but they did definitely rock the decorations. The decorations are amazing with this pack. So good. I love the decorations. And now, with all that being said, and you've seen all these pieces, let's see how they can be used in the game. If you were to take everything you've seen today and combine them into projects, how would you do it? You can bring them together and create all of these. These are all of the brand new blueprints that Frontier gave us with this pack, combining all these pieces. So let's go ahead and just take a quick look at them. So using the new corrugated pieces, more decorations and stuff. Here are the good setup for tank exhibits if you want to. Put some bluestone skinks in here. Anything else you want. All the Australian reptiles we have. We have common death adders, eastern brown snakes, and now the eastern blue-tongued skink. Just put them all in here. And even the the giant burrowing cockroach. There's a lot of Australia wood creations here, and they all look so amazing. I'm not going to go over all of these. I'm just going to point out the ones that I really like. Personally, this one right here is one of my favorites. It just is because it's absolutely filled to the brim with decorations, including my favorite. I'm sorry, I just love that koala grill. This looks so cool. Like this should give you guys a pretty good idea of what this pack is giving you the ability to do. It looks so cool. I just love it. And another one of my favorites are actually the bathrooms over here. I love how they use the fiberglass pieces into, this is what I was saying, you can turn them into really crazy wavy looking pieces like that. And I love the undersides with the it's not decoration necessarily, it's more like structure, but just like with the metal going along, it creates such a cool shape and patterning. I love it. This looks really awesome. Again, it gives you a really good idea of what kind of stuff you can pull off with this new pack's building pieces. And another one of my all-time favorites that I've seen from this pack is this little area right here, where we get a look at our animatronic kangaroo with these really cool sun panels or whatever they were. Yeah, again, just it gives you a good idea of what you can build with the botanical and the actual scenery pieces. And then here's just a few more for look's sake. Yeah, it also, again, you can take the small little pieces and make whole entire mosaics out of them. More corrugated use, using corrugated as more of like a, they can be used well as like barns and stuff. Like this, for example, is a barn. It could be used for any big animal you want. It just, yeah, hopefully you guys have somewhat of a good idea in the architecture, what kind of stuff you can do with all of it. It's really well done. Like this pack has definitely gone its own way, and I really appreciate that, Frontier. You guys have just done such an amazing job of giving us your own version of what Australia could be like in Planet Zoo, and I really love it. And I hope you guys do as well. And then the very, very last thing that we have got to take a look at before we end this are the new pathways. So we do have a brand new natural path. I put the sand down, but the natural path is these new, it's all of this right here. I just put the red sand down, but it's a new natural path. And then of course we have this right here, which I know has a name. It is the it's a mosaic path. And then we have the earth path, which looks really cool. This could even be used as like exhibit terrain if you want. You could like cover a whole entire exhibit with this pathway and it'd look really cool because it has like that really beautiful red sand to it. Yeah, so I think we've seen everything at this point. We've seen all the botanical pieces, decoration pieces, construction pieces, pathways, and what you can do with all of them together. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thank you all so much for watching it. Let me know what you think about this pack's new construction and botanical pieces. Do you like them? Which pack do you like more in terms of this kind of stuff? I definitely think this is one of the best. I don't know if it's my favorite, but at least in terms of decorations it is. So many creative and fun ones. And yeah, so again, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned because I have more videos today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So, goodbye.